Hello everyone, it's Nick, your teacher. Welcome to Maths Week 3. Now we're continuing our topic of geometry or shapes. And today we are looking at tessellation. Now tessellation, the word, derives from the Latin, which means small solid block. And tessellira was small tiles that the Romans used to cover regions or spaces in their wet areas. Another fantastic example of tessellation is the Islamic geometric designs you find in their temples. They're fantastic. You should have a look at those. But today we're going to explore tessellation. Now, tessellation means covering a surface or region with no gaps or no overlapping. That's covering a surface or a region with no gaps or no overlapping. Now, to help us to do that, we are going to use a tool called Shape Tool. And there's a link just below. And when you get there, you follow the instructions and you can build a tessellated pattern, a bit like Tetris if you've played that game. Our learning intention today is we are learning to use regularity and pattern rather than random placement of shapes to create mathematical design. And we'll know we've achieved that if we can investigate tessellated patterns and recognize consistent properties or ideas. We'll recognize that if we can determine how regular shapes and polygons tessellate. We'll also recognize which regular polygons or shapes do tessellate. Now, polygon, like I said, is just another word for shape. All right, all you need for this is, in fact, the link, because the link is an active site and you can actually follow the instructions and build your own tessellated pattern. The maths language that you'll need to know for this lesson are tessellation, to cover a surface without overlapping or any gaps. Polygon simply means shape. Regular, all the angles are the same. Irregular, some of the angles are not the same. We might, when we're moving the shapes, use words like translate. That simply means to slide. We might use reflection, which means to flip. And we might use rotation, which means to turn. All right. Part of this investigation into tessellation is to prompt you to look at the idea of creating patterns using mathematics. What is tessellation? How can you describe it? Which regular shapes tessellate? How do you know when a shape is tessellated? Did you have to flip, turn, or rotate shapes to make them fit into the pattern? Do any regular shapes tessellate? In fact, there's only 3 regular polygons that tessellate. Do any irregular shapes tessellate? These are all questions which I want you to investigate. Now, I also want you to, if you get a chance, to have a look at the websites or the YouTube tutorials about MC Escher, the Dutch artist, because he uses mathematics and tessellation and symmetry, which we're going to go into later on. Now, this lesson involves 3 star activities. The first star activity is to explore the program and tell me what you find out. The second star activity is to fill in the attached worksheets. Now, these sheets are based on the application that you're looking at in Shape Tool, and all you have to do is to fill in the answers and send them back via a JPEG, or you can upload them as a Word document. And the third star activity is to design your own wrapping paper. Now, that could be a lot of fun. When you look at Christmas wrapping paper, there's a lot of tessellation going on there. If you've got any questions that you need answered, please email me. And if it leads you to do something else, like you might want to design a bathroom floor or a poster, please do that and send it to me. These lessons, because they're online, I'm not there to help you, but they're here to stimulate you to think more about mathematics and to try and apply tessellation. Think about these questions while you're doing it. What made you work it out that way? Is there another way you could have done it? Can you see a pattern? Where? Have you found all the possibilities? How do you know that your answer is correct when you try and tessellate? Have a great time, keep in touch, and I'll try and put a little introduction on the front of each maths lesson. Remember, you've got to exercise your brain. Exercise your brain. Take care. Thank you.